Nerdcast assemble! Stay dandy, baby.
This is the most current part of the Moro storyline, and it is basically just classic Dragon Ball. I think that's what you were saying earlier. How
Yes.
You could basically just call this like the Saiyan arc, except now it's just on a
Saiyan
grander scale.
2.0.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A bunch of aliens coming to Earth and fighting a lot of the side characters of the series, which personally I am okay with. As we've always joked about before, Dragon Ball, for the most part, has been the Goku and Vegeta show, and this is an opportunity for a lot of those side characters to finally have some amazing moments and fight against some strong opponents. That was probably my favorite thing about the Tournament of Power arc, is that we got the return of a lot of classic characters fighting against new adversaries. Here we get it again, and the stakes are just as high because Moro is planning to consume the entire planet, and he's going to do it along with the help of a bunch of really colorful characters, who in many ways are sort of variations of things we've seen before, but also some new stuff. So let's just sort of like break down each fight and talk about our favorites. And I think we need to start with Krillin, who has always been one of the biggest standbys of the entire series. And I thought it was kind of insulting how at the very beginning of the chapter you have that scene where Bulma is using these drones to sort of record all of these fights.
Again, it's a callback. Remember, you have the witch lady that uses her crystal ball for them to watch the last fights.
Exactly.
Now Bulma comes in. She's like, I got a DJI Mavic. We'll use that instead.
We'll just throw those bitches up in the air and see what sort of footage we can get.
And then Krillin comes up first, and she's disappointed.
No, it's actually Chi-Chi.
Because she wants to see Gohan.
Exactly.
Again, a callback to the original Saiyan arc fight. You know,
exactly. The whole thing, you know, it's funny. There's a lot of scenes actually in this entire chapter that are very reminiscent of the classics. But yeah, Chi-Chi's super pissed off. She just wants to see Gohan fight. But then we go to Krillin, who fights against Yunba, who's like this like panda man.
The Panda Man.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of like the character that Goku fought against in the Universal Tournament arc. Or not the Universal.
He sort of has... He's not the bouncy guy that can take a bunch of hits that Goku had to pick up and throw out of the ring.
But he's reminiscent.
But he has that same style of ability to, like... You know, he can essentially divert a Destructo disc, which is pretty rare, because those things are extremely destructive. One of them practically killed Frieza.
It's one of those techniques that it doesn't really matter how powerful you are. Like, no. it has the ability to damage someone who is, like, on a godlike level. I mean, I never expected that the thing would actually cut off Frieza's tail. But if Krillin were just right in terms of throwing it, he could have potentially killed Frieza.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could say, and this isn't exactly to disagree with you, Goku almost got killed by a laser gun because he wasn't paying attention.
That's true.
You know?
Again, there's a lot of inconsistencies in Dragon Ball in terms of how powers work and everything. Again, even with this chapter, you kind of have to suspend your sense of disbelief knowing how strong these characters are and how they're having a hard time against what are arguably maybe not the strongest characters in the series. But again, it's just interesting. And again, power levels really just don't mean shit in Dragon Ball.
You got Chaozu wins a fight because, again, this is kind of the episode of using your brains over your bronze, because there's just going to be more powerful people. Look, if you're Tien or Chaozu, you're not going to be the most powerful person on the battlefield, so you have to get good at winning the fights creatively. It almost feels Naruto-like, you know?
I'm kind of okay with that, though.
Yeah, well, look, Dragon Ball Z has to evolve. Dragon Ball Super has to evolve. They can't just have the most powerful dude win.
Who can punch the strongest?
Yeah, who can shoot the biggest beam?
Exactly.
We're past that in the series at a certain point.
We need distinctive techniques. We need that sort of rock, paper, scissors element for the series.
That's right.
Kind of like JoJo. I love JoJo because it doesn't matter how strong you are. If you have a good enough strategy, you can potentially win a battle. And it all, goes to what sort of abilities you actually have.
That's right, brother.
And Tien versus Chaozu or not Tien versus Chaozu. They're battling against that metal man who has a ridiculous name, Bikora Korta.
I'm surprised you even remember that shit.
I take
metal
my notes,
guy.
man. I check that shit. But again, he's sort of the same race as Vegeta that we saw from Universe 6.
His notes are blank. I don't know what he's fucking talking about.
They're up here. They're up here, you asshole. The point is, this was a really interesting fight because when I first was reading it, I was like, oh, Tien's just going to fucking destroy this guy, but his punches do not dent him at all. It doesn't do any damage.
No.
Then we go back to the Universe 6 tournament where we realize the only way to take down these metal men is to insult them. And I thought it was really clever how Tien was trying to insult him and he completely sucked at it. And it kind of reminded me of that one scene from the anime where Tien was trying to make King Kai laugh.
Yes.
And while he was successful, he was having a really hard time with doing it. Like, he was the one member of the team who was having like the biggest struggle with it, aside from Piccolo, who just straight up didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought that was really great. And then, of course, Tien has to rely on Chaozu to come in and save the day by calling him an octopus, which somehow gave him the edge in the battle. I don't know. Are octopi a common thing on this metal man's planet that insults them? I don't know. It's ridiculous.
I'm confused about the metal guy thing. I didn't think it was going to work. I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought that one gentleman on the other universe's team that Vegeta was able to insult, I thought it was just going to be a one-off. Like maybe that guy was just insecure.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a true trait to that metal race of fighters.
Exactly. So if any more of these guys show up, we immediately know how we're going to be able to.
We're just going to send out Jeff Ross, and he's going to shut him down.
Jeff Ross could destroy a metal man. Just thinking about that concept is
If you
hilarious.
don't know who that is, that's the guy that hosts all the roasts for Comedy Central.
Oh my god, that's great.
Go look up his best lines on YouTube. It's literally an enjoyable 10 minutes.
But what I really loved about this is, and this is something I thought about after reading the chapter, is even though it wasn't like a true battle in a sense, he was him insulting him, this was the first fight that Chaozu has ever won.
That's true. Chaozu's always been an accessory character, so it's kind of good. Hell, it's the chapter of the people you're not expecting to winning. Like when Krillin was getting his ass kicked in the beginning of the chapter, I was like, this is kind of standard. I'm kind of sad they're giving him a damn, like bad fight that they're going to have it end with Krillin getting defeated or Piccolo showing up and helping him. And then it comes out that he is thinking a few steps ahead. He uses After Image and then Kamehameha's the guy down and wins. And then the Galactic Patrol is kind of like the Sealing Squad for the Great Shinobi War. Like they come up and wrap up the people in the mummy outfit, and that's what they're doing with everyone.
Holy shit.
It's so much like Naruto now.
It is. It very much is.
Yeah.
But going back to the Krillin fight, though, I really liked it. It felt classic. Again, every time I read the manga, I imagine in my mind what this would be like in anime form. And I love the way that the fights are actually choreographed. And Krillin was just classic here. Like you said, After Image technique. That's a classic technique, bringing back and then finishing the battle with a big Kamehameha blast. That was just perfect and pure Krillin. Would I have liked him to actually try and do something new? Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just excited to see my boy fighting.
I actually say no to something new. They are playing it safe for this arc.
They're playing nostalgia on this one.
They are playing nostalgia, but damn it, it works in Dragon Ball because not all that much depth was there. You see a new big bad guy, he defeats everyone, then someone steps up and defeats the new big bad guy. Now there's layers to this because they're actually developing these guys are almost getting more. The bad guys are almost getting more development than Ginyu Force. Yeah, Ginyu Force is more memorable, but I'm learning more about these individual bad guys. Yeah, they don't pose and dance and sing and whatnot, but I just think that there's a lot more depth to this arc so far. You're getting Jocko, you're getting Galactic Patrol, you're getting all these cool new bad guys, and they're just not throwaways. They're sort of like halfway throwaway.
I would argue that a lot of them are throwaways, though.
Okay, let's say at least 20% of them aren't. But okay, I'll give you that.
20%.
That's something, though, for all the new characters. There's a few good new ones in there. But if we went back, do you mind if I jump to the end where Goku shows up?
Yeah.
Okay, so Goku shows up. Goku defeats the Tri... what'd that lady do? She fused.
The three ladies.
Yeah, she three lady fused, and instead of becoming, she did become a person that had all three traits, but she got bigger, which could be a thing about the fusion we didn't know about. Which actually doesn't make sense.
Then again, they're another alien race that has the ability to fuse. We have seen so many fusion characters in the series at this point, though, so I'm not really all that surprised by it.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. And also, it makes sense that Master Roshi couldn't defeat them because they were hot chicks, and he can't do that. And he almost Me Too'd them because he says his groping, attacks don't work, He fucking could have got canceled if he's not careful.
I can see a lot of people getting upset about Master Roshi in this chapter.
Look, you're looking for it, though. You're looking for it if you go after Master Roshi. And don't go to Weinstein's to get a job and then get mad, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit.
If that's how you want to get your acting career started, don't cry to me later.
Whoa! Okay, anywho, the point is, also, how great was it just, I love that Dragon Ball Super sort of resurrected the idea that, yes, Master Roshi is a martial arts master, and he can indeed fight. That was one of my favorite things about early Dragon Ball. He's this old, perverted dude, but when it comes to actually fighting, he can hold his own. And ever since the Tournament of Power, he sort of awakened his true power yet again. And there's something about the concept of him fighting blindfolded I thought was really awesome. And he was kicking the shit out of these three chicks.
Is it confirmed that Master Roshi has some thing where he'll never die? He's immortal or something? Or he drank some elixir of youth, so that's why he never really ages anymore? I heard that concept. I'm like, I don't know that in the lore, and I know Dragon Ball lore pretty well.
I don't remember.
But someone told me that.
I mean, there is the possibility that, he is like immortal in a sense and that he will never die. Because, I mean,
from natural causes.
As far as not aging, he hasn't really aged since Dragon Ball.
No.
And it's been a good while since then. Then again, he's a really old guy who's also very old to begin with. He's, I think, maybe the oldest person on the planet, except maybe next to his sister Baba. So it's really strange. But again, I love that he's fighting. I love that he's doing really great choreography. It wasn't until those three chicks fused together that they just started dominating in that battle, though.
Because they became very powerful, and then we've seen this technique before. We saw Gohan use it, where he wanted Goku and Vegeta to come back, so he just powered up really brightly and loudly so they could instant transmission to them. And then that's pretty much how Goku came in. And it just felt like the Saiyan saga to me. One of the main casts getting rescued by Goku. He's very strong now. He dominates everyone. And then
honestly, I'm surprised he got back so quick. I thought they were going to keep delaying it a little bit.
I don't know, man. Maybe we're getting to the point where this is going to be Vegeta's arc. Like Vegeta pulls the Goku and shows up and saves everyone.
That would be a great twist, especially with how much they've been focusing on his
and then
training.
Zoro defeats Kaido. I'm sorry.
We'll save that for another discussion. But no, I think it'd be really cool. But again, Goku's been trying to learn Ultra Instinct, training with Maris and everything. He's had just as much training as Vegeta has, just in a completely different context.
I think his training is all traditional, though. Let me get stronger so I can get to the next transformation, while Vegeta's like, let me go develop this whole new power in a different direction.
That's what I'm excited to see from Vegeta, though. What sort of power is he going to use with this brand new spirit form? Like, I mean, obviously, instant transmission, something we can probably expect from the character. I do think it kind of takes away from Goku having that distinctive ability if he's able to use that, but at the same time, I feel like Vegeta's going to bring out something new that we have never even seen before. And
I think he's going to do self-healing. That's what I bet the money on, that he can lose all of his energy, concentrate,
and just keep bringing it back somehow.
Because Moro can take your energy, so instead of just pounding sensu beans like a guy that's carb loading, you just fucking use your new abilities. Now, here's the thing. Is he going to have to touch his head? Is he going to have to do a weird, embarrassing Vegeta pose?
Is there going to be a limit on how much he can actually do this?
Because
if he can do it limitlessly, the series is over.
He's kind of broken.
Like, Vegeta is officially a broken character at this point if he could just heal himself constantly. I mean, what's going to stop him aside from, Zeno or Beerus? Like, that ability could be very OP. There has to be some sort of, like, limit or restriction to what he's actually going to do there.
Or maybe he can only restore his health to 50%, so he'll never get fully restored every time he does it. There has to be some stipulations. We're not there in the story. We have to wait another 30 days to March 20th or something
basically.
like that. So
Which sucks. It always sucks having to wait for this, but it's always really fun to read.
I feel like, are they a few pages longer than a normal chapter? Or are they like...
Oh, they're definitely longer than a normal manga chapter.
They feel longer. When you read them, they're like more things happen. Oh, also Yamcha got defeated-ish.
What a shock.
Yeah, but at the same time, at least he did something.
In the previous chapter, at least he got to fight against some aliens for a few panels and do something. I think it's kind of disappointing because that was the thing. Like, I was reading this chapter, I'm like, oh, Krillin had a great fight. Oh, Master Roshi, look at what he's doing. Tien and Chaozu, how classic. I can't wait to see Yamcha bring back that Wolf Fang fist. Boom, he gets fucking jobbed and punched off screen. Like, it's just kind of like, I understand that Yamcha's kind of a big joke, but at the same time, he has unique techniques. The Wolf Fang fist is really cool looking, and just... give the guy a fucking break.
He is one of the most powerful Earthlings.
Let Yamcha do something. Just like friggin' Chaozu, Yamcha has lost every single fight that he's been in. And this could have been that opportunity for him to have like that real big, solid victory against someone, which I think would have been really freaking awesome.
Yeah, it would have been.
Give him a ridiculous alien to fight against and have him kick their ass with a Wolf Fang fist. Just do something. But no, he ends up getting jobbed like he always does, which is kind of a disappointment. But hey, at the same time, I don't want to complain too much because I'm getting to see these characters do something, which is really awesome.
And it doesn't feel like they're doing something until Goku and Vegeta show up.
I know.
Yes, Goku and Vegeta are probably going to be the catalyst to wrap the arc up
and
have the big battle with the big bad guy, but at least Piccolo and Gohan being this cool new team getting developed. Not that it's new, but it's now being reinforced. And now
17 and 18 helping them out in the battle against 7-3, the android.
Yep.
And the other little douchebag, Shima Rekka is his name. And we get the return of Moro. He finally decides, you know what, fuck it. My guys are getting their ass kicked. I'm going to go down to the planet, and I'm just going to start, imbuing people with power. And that's what happens to that one goon by the name of Saganbo, who's sort of like the leader of all of these guys and sort of Moro's right-hand man at the moment. And Moro, we learn, now has the ability to basically just sort of like touch anyone, and he can sort of put his power inside of their body. Basically, the power of an entire planet, if you will, and it makes them really strong. And Saganbo, a character who I was thinking was probably going to be an absolute pushover, is actually kind of a threat now, because not only is he fighting against Piccolo and Gohan, but also 17, 18, and to a lesser extent, Jacko.
Yes.
So, and he is like dominating, like he's pumped up, he's all Jirenized, and he's like just throwing them around, hulking them into the ground. It's really freaking crazy, like how much power Moro can actually put into someone's body without them fucking exploding from it and actually being able to fight back against these characters who are really strong. I mean, Gohan alone is really powerful.
Especially a Gohan Piccolo combo.
Exactly.
Like that should be top tier shit. Maybe not God level.
Yeah.
But against most mortal beings, it should be no problem.
Yeah, like Gohan and Piccolo next to, Goku and Vegeta are the strongest people on that planet.
That's kind of hard to understand.
Minus
where 17
Majin
is.
Buu, who unfortunately is still not around right now because all of the other crazy shit that was going on earlier on in the saga.
Yeah.
I would love to see Buu return and just start, destroying some shit.
I don't know. Moro's more strong now than he was back then.
No, yeah, I know, but I just want to see Buu like fight against like just some of the other alien characters. I always really love watching Buu fight, just because he's so unpredictable, and I always love people's reactions to him. The fact that no matter what they do to him, he just keeps healing himself constantly and like growing body parts back. That was one of my favorite parts about the Tournament of Power arc. How it all started when you had Majin Buu fighting against Basil, and it was just
the wolf guy.
The wolf guy, yeah, and just seeing him return and actually do something, and even I think the creators of the series realized like, oh shit, we forgot Majin Buu is like really OP. We have to find a way to not let him be a part of the Tournament of Power arc.
Yeah,
they always have to find ways to keep Majin Buu away because of how incredibly strong he is
and his candy technique.
He could just turn Moro into candy and eat him.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? It could potentially work.
It's like that sealing technique Master Roshi has.
Yeah.
It's like Destructo Disc. There are these like loophole moves built into the series that are purposely not used very much.
Exactly.
They sort of pull them back and don't use them.
It goes back to Krillin using Destructo Disc. It doesn't matter how strong you are. You get hit by this thing, depending on your body type,
if you're
you
not
might
ready,
get cut in half.
Yeah, if you're not ready for it and you get hit by it, it'll chop you in half.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I feel like I don't want to give it a rating unless you do, but like it was a great chapter. It got me pumped about the series. I'm excited about what's going to come.
Fucking 10 out of 10. This is classic Dragon Ball. This isn't Shakespeare or anything, but it's just really classic Dragon Ball in that sense, and I love it.
They're in some weird Arizona desert-looking place, like the Saiyan
Now, to
saga.
be fair, they're all in a bunch of different locales.
Well, Moro is at the...
Of course, Moro is at the traditional giant Dragon Ball desert.
Yes.
But, you have like Tien and Chaozu who are fighting on that massive mountain in the castle. You have Krillin and Roshi who are in the middle of like the jungle. There's a lot of interesting locations for these characters to fight, which is awesome.
I'm excited about it. But like I said, this chapter is really good. But at the same time, the reason I'm excited is because there's obviously a lot more to come.
Yeah. Any predictions for what Goku's going to do now that he's here? Who he's going to go after first?
Oh, he's going to defeat the jacked up dude.
Yeah, Saganbo. He's just going to show up, boom, and then it's over.
He's gonna Nappa him,
all right,
or Radix him.
Yeah,
and then it's going to be like, oh yeah, it's the show I like because they do the things I like over and over again.
So of course this is all going to be leading up to Goku versus Moro.
Yes.
Couple things could happen here. Goku's already on the planet, so he's probably going to try and start fighting against Moro first.
Yes.
He's either going to just immediately go right for the jugular and try to use Ultra Instinct. He's going to slowly power up, or he's just going to keep fighting and get his ass handed to him until Vegeta returns. And here's where things could get even crazier again. Vegeta could be using his brand new spiritual powers to try and take down Moro. It'll either work or it won't work. Do you think we could see, and this is going to sound crazy, the return of another fusion between Goku and Vegeta, whether it be, which I actually would like to see the return of Gogeta from the Broly movie. And now you have a combination of Gogeta, Vegeta Goku, Ultra Instinct, spiritual powers, all in one being, it takes this type of character to bring down Moro. Do you think that would even be possible?
I don't know. To me, it's kind of a. I see fusion as a. To me, what you just described kind of sounds like an ass pull.
It is kind of an ass pull.
It doesn't seem like a really good storytelling technique. Like, these characters on their own need to become powerful. And I think that Goku's going to wear them down, and then Vegeta's going to come in and finish. That's my overall prediction.
I like the prediction, and to be honest, I want that to happen.
Or they could just do that, and then at the end they could fuse. Because then all of a sudden Moro takes a bunch of power from Earth, resets his endurance, and then they do it.
Exactly.
But Vegeta needs to get heavy screen time against Moro. Like they got to make that fight good.
You know, I love Goku. He's probably one of my favorite characters of all time, but I still want to see Vegeta take this victory.
Yeah.
I think they owe it to him at this point. And again, it breaks from the mold of always having the main character be the one to finish off the main bad guy. Vegeta, yes, he's practically the second main character of the series, but to see him finish off someone would be so freaking great.
Also, in kind of a humble way, I think Vegeta sometimes when he starts to win, he gets cocky, and not in like he slows down, but he just loves to talk. Too much.
He loves to let the main villain power up to a point where they end up destroying all of them, like Cell.
Just like Frieza could have defeated Jiren how many times in the Tournament of Power? At least 2 different times, but instead chose to antagonize him before he finger laser beamed him. You know, it's like...
I don't know if Frieza could have taken down Jiren.
Well, there was that one time Jiren was almost defeated, but then Frieza talked a bunch of shit and he powered up because he had discovered the power of friendship.
I still think Jiren, next to the gods, is the most powerful character in the series.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Why isn't Jiren coming to help? Because Jiren don't give a fuck.
Jiren don't give a fuck. He's a member of his team, and they're off doing their own superhero Power
Justice
Ranger thing.
Anyway,
great chapter of Dragon Ball.
check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Would love to get your thoughts about it in the comments section. Predictions, what you think is going to happen.
Hey guys, like and subscribe. Also hit that bell notification. And if you want to support the channel, we have a Patreon, we have a PayPal link, we have our Amazon affiliate link. Also, if you donate in any capacity to our channel, we will make a review for you on a topic that you request. Especially, even if it doesn't interest us, we will review it. We will make an attempt at it. Corey has one in the hopper right now. He's almost done watching what show?
I don't want to say what it is.
Oh, you don't?
No, because it's like a surprise.
But the guy asked, and he knows it's coming.
I mean, he knows, but the other people don't know it's coming.
Okay. Well,
all right, fine. You want me to announce it right now?
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting ready to do a review of the first season of Katekyo Hitman Reborn.
Hitman Reborn. Great
Hitman
show.
Reborn, yep.
Corey's going to have some things to say about that. Also, we just want more content to come out of this channel, so we're just going to keep trying, guys. If it's coming down and just chatting in front of the camera for now and keeping the Nerdcast, the powerful Nerdcast going, I'm cool with that for now. And just thanks so much for watching and your endless support. We love comments, even if it's that the show sucks. Like, tell us why you think the show sucks. Is it because we're 2 white cisgender males? Too bad. Is it because our content sucks? We can work on that. So anyway, really appreciate you guys watching. And do you have anything to say before we wrap it up, Corey?
No, I think that was a pretty good wrap up.